Standard 8 Subject English Unit 2.5 The Happy Prince Warming Up. Question number 1. There are different types of short stories. Use a dictionary, internet and find out what each of the following types refers to. A. Fable, moral bearing story with animal characters. Anecdotes, short amusing accounts of an incident. C. Fairy tale, having supernatural characters, a moral for children. D. Parable, having religious base and a message or moral. E. Tragedy, serious and ends in a tragedy. F. Humorous story, causing laughter and amusement, comic. G. Detective story, the plot revolves around the investigation and solving of crimes. H. Myths, originated in ancient time, authorship unknown. Question number 2. Have you heard of birds that fly from one part of the world to another in small or large flocks? They are called migratory birds. Discuss and write down 2 reasons why they migrate and return. Answer. Migratory birds migrate for foods and for warmth. They return when the food supplies in their home area stabilize and winter change to summer again. Question number 3. Answer. There are no inverted commas in indirect speech. 2. The verb change in indirect speech. 3. There is change in the adverb in indirect speech. 4. The word that is added in indirect speech. Next question. Answer the following questions. 1. Why did people admire this statue? Answer. The statue was very beautiful. It was golden and its eyes were bright. Blue jewels and a red jewel hung from its waist. It was a symbol of happiness, so people admired the statue. 2. What were the drops that fell on the swallow? Answer. The drops that fell on the swallow were the tears from the eyes of the happy prince. Question 3. When did the happy prince realize about his suffering people? Answer. When the prince was alive, he lived in a palace where there was no sadness. Now he was dead and his statue stood high above the city. His heart felt the pain of his people. He could see all the unhappiness of his city. The ugliness and misery of the city made the happy prince realize about his suffering people. Question 4. What was the first gift from the happy prince? Answer. The first gift from the happy prince was a great red jewel from his waist. Question 5. Why was the mother forced to ignore her ailing son? Answer. The mother was forced to ignore her ailing son as she did not have money to buy food and could only give him water from the river. She was busy making a dress for one of the queen's ladies. After doing this, she was so tired that she fell asleep. Question 6. Why had the swallow felt warm? Answer. Swallow felt warm because he had done a good thing. Question 7. What surprised the clever man? Answer. The clever man was surprised to see a swallow in the city in winter. Question 8. Why was the writer unable to complete his story? Answer. The writer was very cold, weak and hungry. There was no fire in his room. Due to all these reasons, he was unable to complete his story. Question 9. What did the writer conclude when he saw the blue jewels? Answer. When the writer saw the blue jewels, he concluded that it was a gift from someone who had read and liked his books. Question 10. Why did the swallow wish to go to Egypt? Answer. It was winter and it would soon begin snowing. The swallow would not be able to bear this cold weather, so he wished to go to Egypt where the sun was warm and the leaves were green. Question 11. Why did the swallow refuse to take off the other eyes? Answer. The swallow refused to take off the other eyes because then the prince would not be able to see. Question number 12. What suffering did the swallow discover and report to the happy prince? Answer. The swallow saw poor people sitting at the gate. He flew into the dark street where he saw hungry and sad children. Many children were cold and were treated badly by the guards in the city. These were the sufferings that the swallow discovered and reported to Prince. Question number 13. In what state did the important man in the city find the statue? Answer. The important man in the city found the statue looking dull. The red stone and the gemstones of the eyes had disappeared. The statue was not golden any longer and looked like that of a beggar. There was also a dead swallow at the feet of the statue. Question 14. What do you think was the part of the statue which did not melt? Answer. The part of the statue which did not melt was the heart of the happy prince. Question 15. Why did the servants of gold take the broken heart and the dead bird to God? Answer. The servants of God took the broken heart and the dead bird to God because they were the two best things in the city. English workshop. Question 1. Say whether these sentences are true or false and correct the false ones. A. The writer of the story is William Blake. Answer. False. The writer of the story is Oscar Wilde. Question B. Everyone admired the statue of the happy prince. Answer. True. C. The mother was working when the swallow brought the yellow jewels. Answer. False. The mother was sleeping when the swallow brought the yellow jewels. D. The two best things the servants brought to God were gold and jewel stones. Answer. False. The two best things the servants brought to God were a broken heart and a dead bird. Question number 2. Find from the story the homophones of the following words. A. Weak, weak. B. There, there. C. Blue, blue. D. C, C. E. Red, red. F. West, west. G. No, no. H. Not, not. I. Through, through. J. Right, right. Question number 3. Answer the given questions in your own words. A. Where was the happy princess statue located? Answer. The happy prince statue located high above the city. Question number B. Why did the swallow decide to stay under the statue of the happy prince at night? Answer. The swallow decided to stay under the statue of the happy prince at night because it was high up and so there was plenty of fresh air. Question C. Why was the prince sad? Answer. The prince was sad to see all unhappiness of the city. Question D. What was the first task given to the swallow? Answer. The happy prince asked the swallow to take the great red jewel from his waist and give it to a poor woman whose son was ill and hungry. This was the swallow's first task. Question E. To whom did the prince give the two gemstones of his eyes? Answer. The prince gave one of the two gemstones of his eyes to a poor little girl whose eggs had fallen to the ground and broken. Question number F. What decision did the swallow finally make? What was it a wise one? Comment. Answer. The swallow finally decided not to go to Egypt but to remain with the happy prince, whom he loved very much. It may not have been a wise decision because it led to the death of the swallow, but it was a decision made from the heart and was an emotional decision that was rewarded in heaven. Question G. Why did the swallow finally decide not to leave the prince? Answer. The swallow finally decided not to leave the prince because he loved him very much. Question H. What message do you get from this story? Answer. The message that we get from this story is that we should be loyal, generous, and compassionate. We will not only get peace when on earth, but will also get appreciation and rewards in heaven. Question number 4. Whether the underline are infinitive participle. 1. I wish to go to Egypt. Answer infinitive. 2. They like to his written stories. Answer participle past. 3. He is trying to finish a story. Answer infinitive. 4. Suffering is stranger than anything. Answer gerund. 5. The dying swallow fell at his feet. Answer participle present. 6. He began to cry. Answer infinitive. 7. He watched the working seamen. Answer participle present. Question number 5. Write the following dialogues from the story in the indirect speech. Question number 6. Divide the story into parts. Make 4 groups in your class. Each group should take one of the 4 parts to convert the story into a play and enact your part. Student, do it by yourself. Question number 7. If you could change the end of the story, that is after the swallow refused to fly to Egypt, how would you change it? Summarize your idea in 10 to 12 lines. Answer this. Question number 8. Think of one of your favorite stories. Fill in the following facts about the story. You can write answer from name of the story, Pride and Prejudice. Like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Study Everything. Thanks for watching video.